Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sketchdom. My name is Jason Sketch and I'm super excited to bring you guys some Marvel Champions content. Today we're doing round 4 of our campaign here for Fear No Evil. So we still have some things to contend with before we get to Mr. Kingpin. Spoiler alert, but I'm super excited for it and I hope you guys are as well. Let's jump on down to the table and check things out. So it is crazy. As a recap here, we have defeated Art Museum with Electro. It took us 2 tries what we got there. And then we also defeated the Wrath Breakout with Typhoid Mary. And have also saved Typhoid Mary, playing her a little wrong, but here we are. We fixed our problem and we move forward and we're just going to keep playing the campaign. If you are cool with that, don't be afraid to hit that like button down below. And leave a comment for all the fun thoughts that you guys have about this campaign. But we're going to keep pressing forward. I'm recording this all ahead of time before I'm even seeing any comments, so I will probably learn a lot about Echo and different things as we go along, but for now, I'm just learning to play the game with this character and also enjoying this campaign. So let's keep pressing forward and keep moving on. I think it's going to be a good time. Where did my pencil go? I was getting to freak out a little bit. All right, first things first. Gather the 5 campaign environments and check the campaign log and remove each card matching a completed or failed scenario. Done that over here. They've been both removed. Shuffle the remaining 3 and draw 2. So at random. So we're going to do it with dice again because I think that just seems fitting. All right. We have a D6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Here we go. We got a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Protection racket. And then odds and evens. Here we go. Evens. Okay. The Getaway. All right. So stop the press gets removed out of the way over here. These 2 get marks next to them on the campaign log down here. So the Getaway gets another X. Protection racket gets another X. Okay. So now I want to kind of look at some of the benefits here. This allows us to find an upgrade in our discard pile, a deck or discard pile, and add it to our hand, which is actually really, really good. This one lets us look for a support, add it to our hand. I think we're going to focus on the Getaway today. I know that we could also look and go play the Stop the Press if we wanted to. I'm deciding against that for now. We're going to focus on the Getaway here, which means we're going to fail one of these scenarios, it looks like. So, that really stinks, but it is what it is. So, with that in mind, we need to figure out which villain we're going to be facing. We have 3 villains to choose from. Bullseye, Hammerhead, and Purple Man. Alright, so, I'm going to do 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? In the campaign log, forget, and then draw an environment by marking it as marked box. Alright. Players as a group choose any scenario to play. So I'm choosing the one I want to play. Determine the villain. Alright, here we go. Number 1. It is Bullseye. Okay. This one is going to be interesting. It's one of the ones I recommend doing early on. So let me get that shuffled up, squared away, and then we'll continue with setup after that. All right. Bear with me on that. It's going to take me a couple minutes to get that all squared away. All right, guys, welcome back. A lot of reading, just trying to make sure I had everything understood here. We have our counters here. So we have 2 speed counters because we're in expert mode. It starts off with 2 threat on the main scheme. Campaign setup, if there's at least 1 check mark beside the Getaway in the campaign log, find Jackknife Tanker Truck and reveal it. Okay. So there are 2 marks, so we're going to have some fun here, I'm sure. Right? Yep. We need to get that Jackknife Tankard out. Pedestrians. Wow, I am kind of curious how this is all going to play out. A very interesting scenario. I I have no idea what I'm getting myself into, so there's that as well. Utility van, wanted, and traffic jam. Did I not bring something I was supposed to? Let's see. Escort vehicle. Oh, it's a side scheme. Jackknife tanker truck. Okay. Villain cannot be dealt damage. Hinder 1 per player, so it's at 3. Cool. There are 2 check marks. Place an additional 1 threat per player, 2 threat instead in expert mode to Jackknife tanker truck. So it should be at 5. Okay. Wow. All right. Good 8th way through start scenario. With my luck, Mastermind will be drawn right off the bat. And we'll see a very different side of how this campaign's supposed to go. Okay. Next, we've got... Go back to page 9. All right, gather your chosen main scheme. Proceed scenario setup. Each player searches their deck and removes allies and stuff that have been removed. We haven't had any of those yet. Proceed to the player setup. Okay, which I've already shuffled. Move this out of the way. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Army of One's gonna be great. Katana needs to be played. We can probably drop Study the Tape. Hold on to the Armored Vest too. Fire protection. I don't like getting rid of Thunder reflexes, but that gives us room to hopefully draw some doubles. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Not exactly how I wanted to start off my scenario, but here we are. So. All right. Player setup. Place the, and then we have our health points right here. His health points are set up over here. And when revealed, we found that and put it out there as well. So I don't think anything else that needs to happen there. We do need to get both these environments into play. We'll move this jackknife truck down here. The Art Museum, which gives each identity a tough status card, which is nice. We start off with a tough, which is awesome. And then the Raft Breakout. After resolving mulligans, each player may search their deck and discard pile for an ally and add it to their hand in expert mode. Each player who did so discards 1 card from their hand. No real benefit here of me finding an ally because I'm playing an expert minus the campaign expert part. And I am not willing to look for Daredevil. Well, actually, yeah, we talked about that earlier. It does clear out my deck a little bit. So let's go ahead and pull Daredevil out. I don't plan on playing him. Not with the deck that I'm running, right? And we'll just go ahead and drop Daredevil into the discard pile there so he's out of our way. Oh, he's a nice wild resource. Do I need a wild resource right now? I don't think so. I don't think there's anything preventing me from doing much. So, alright. Daredevil gets discarded. Okay. Then, what else do we get here? If a trust is established and the check campaign login is not marked, then Typhoid Mary ally into play. Awesome. Typhoid Mary gets put into play. If the chosen scenario is Kingpin, we turn the page. All right. Here we go. We have a Typhoid Mary, which is nice. She has 3 health points, just so I can remember that. We'll start off on this side. I don't think there's a okay, so setup, you start off on this side. All right. That's good to know. And then when a minion comes out, she flips. Okay. Cool. We are trying to stop Bullseye from, I guess, stealing cars. That's exciting. He's at least in a getaway vehicle. That's exciting. So, I just don't know if there's ways to reduce speed counters. That's the only thing that I'm not sure about. And what the speed counters necessarily do. Make things harder? We'll find out, I guess. So, all right. But we are going to go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look for a event here. I don't really like those on the bottom there, but it's kind of where they're at. Oh, I forgot that I could put this in the starting hand too. Too late now. That's my fault for not pulling that out originally. Already in the middle of this match here, so. Alright. 8:22 p.m. See if we can complete this pretty quickly. Again, I do this to keep track, because I like keeping track of things, so. What did I pull out in harm's way? Kind of expensive. I needed the extra resource, and that's from flipping up, so. Alright. We know we've got this jackknife truck to contend with. We've also got the getaway vehicle to contend with. And I would like to get some things onto the table. So I think first and foremost, we will spend Armored Vest and Unflappable to play Defensive Conditioning. In harm's way and Unflappable, play Defensive Conditioning. That gets my defense up to, well, my health up to 12. My defense up by 1. I don't want to lose the katana. I really don't want to lose that katana. I feel like clearing this is going to be helpful in the long term. I don't think I'm going to lose the katana necessarily. I'm just not going to be able to. I could play the Armored Vest and get the Armory of 1 down. And then come back to the katana later. Jason, this feels like a bad idea, but we're going to do it anyways. We're going to spin the Get Their Attention to play the Armored Vest to get my defense up to 4. We're then going to have Typhoid Mary clear 2 threat. We're going to clear 2 threat. We're going to use the katana to play Army of 1. to clear 2 threat. And we'll tuck that army of 1 down here underneath Echo. That does clear this completely. That jackknife truck is out of our way. All right. When the villain will be dealt any amount of damage, remove that amount of threat from the main scheme instead. Okay, so this is a wildly interesting scenario. Does this pop off here? I think this would go before that. So. It's going to be a long scenario. Let's figure this out, though. All right, we're going to draw our hand size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not starting off great. Okay, we're ready up. Threat's going to go up by 2 to 4. Bullseye is going to come in for an attack for 2 plus a boost. When Bullseye activates, each of his boost cards gains oh cool, a boost icon. If this activation is an attack, it gains ranged. Great, that's exciting. Not piercing though, which is good news, so I can still use my tough and feel safe. He's going to make an attack. I think I am going to go ahead and play Powerful Punch. We'll spend Photographic Reflexes and In Harm's Way. To play that Powerful Punch. And when an enemy initiates an attack, deal 4 damage to that enemy. When the villain would be dealt any amount of damage, remove that amount of threat from the main scheme instead. So we've cleared the main scheme, which causes this to flip. Each player takes 1 indirect damage. The villain takes 2 damage per player. Okay. That's kind of annoying. That does clear my tough. It's going to be swinging for 2 plus a boost. Or 3 plus a boost, really. So I can choose to defend. I can have Typhoid Mary defend. So I'm going to go ahead and defend for 4. Swings for 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I take 2 points of damage. All right. And this doesn't matter necessarily because this would still cause, so perfect. Then we get an encounter card, which is Lady Bullseye. All right, Assassin Hand, Villainous. When this villain activates, give it a boost card. Force interrupt when resolving boost cards during Lady Bullseye's attack. If this attack is undefended, give her 1 additional boost for this attack. Okay, well, you're annoying. Awesome. Okay. When the round ends, if there's threat here, do each of the following. So there's no threat. Alongside is still in play, I guess. It doesn't say flip it back. Yeah, because there's... Okay, it only happens if there's threat on the main. Okay, cool. All right. Very interesting. So, it's my turn. We have a Lady Bullseye, which is going to be a pain in my backside. Typhoid Mary can't really... There's no threat for her to clear right now. Really what we need her to do. Forget Army of 1 was supposed to cost me 1 more because of Typhoid Mary last turn. Too late now. We're just going to keep moving forward. I don't know if it really would have impacted anything or not. We're just going to keep playing the game. Again, we're learning and we're figuring things out. So, all right. We need to get rid of Typhoid Mary. I think we need to have her defend against the next attack. Probably the wisest decision here. Oh, it was indirect damage for that alongside here. So what I'm going to do instead of losing my tough, it'll clear my tough and not take 2 damage from Bullseye, which then I would not have defended. And we'll give that point of damage to Typhoid Mary. And I will go ahead and lose a card from my hand to make up for that Army of 1. So let's do that. So I have a photographic memory in my hand. Still can't play Army of 1 because... Oh, I can, because it would just cost me 2. So that's cool. All right. If that's the case, I could attack Lady Bullseye for 2, 4. I really wish Typhoid Mary was... Oh, and she should have flipped as well. Huzzah! What does it say? You would have taken the indirect damage, and then after you reveal minion, remove all damage from her and flip this card. Okay. She'd be back at 3 health points and be flipped. Interesting. Okay. Lots of learning here. Wow. I feel really good about this, actually. So we're going to go ahead and have Typhoid Mary do 2 points of damage to Lady Bullseye. Echo will go ahead and do 2 points of damage to Lady Bullseye. We will play Photographic Reflexes, or discard Photographic Reflexes to play Army of 1. Ready up. And do 2 points of damage to Lady Bullseye. Taking her out. Awesome. So we don't have to deal with her anymore. That kind of worked in my favor, actually. Surprisingly. If we flip down, there's going to be threat on the Getaway. I like the idea of flipping down because I don't need to heal, right? I just want to get the extra card. So we'll just stay up, go to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Looks like we will be seeing American Sign Language on the table here soon, which is pretty sneaking exciting. There's nothing I can do to clear more threat, though. But I know that we'll spin those 2 for that, and then use that and that to play that, probably. Can't, because Typhoid Mary's here. Alright, dang. She's actually really annoying. Alright, so threat's going to go up by 2. We are then going to get attacked by Bullseye for 2 plus a boost. Feels like a bad idea, but she's impacting my deck right now. So Bloody Mary is going to go ahead and defend for 2. To defend there. He's going to swing for 3. Four. Okay. That does kill Bloody Mary. Was that a poor choice? Probably. Do I really care right now? Not necessarily. I could have played Powerful Punch. That declares me as the defender, right? Yes, if I do that. And that wouldn't help with the long side, but it would have just done 4 damage to him. Really just 3 damage to him. And 1 damage here. Um, that would keep Typhoid Mary alive. The 2 health points. But I already did it right. We already know what the verdict is. So I think I'm just going to have to stick with that. Okay. So he would have still swung for 4. I would have defended for 4 and it would have been fine. I should have done that. But I think I'm trying to... I was trying to get into the enemy's harm's way. That's what I was really focused on. Okay. So we get an encounter card, which is Insistent Pursuit. Attached to an ally, without in persistent pursuit attached. Otherwise, this card gains surge. All right. No ally out there. Police Cordon. All right, hinder 1 per player. That's at 4. Each police minion gains guard and patrol. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for a police minion and reveal it. Here's a Popo in here. Quick Strike and Vulnerable. They just take the 2 points of damage? I think so. The cop would scheme and attacks the villain instead. Makes me kind of want to flip down. Which means I can recover. So we'll take the 2 points of damage. Mr. Copman, you're really annoying. You know that? That's fine, though. I think we still need to do the play we're going to make. So we'll spend photographic reflexes and muscle memory to play American Sign Language onto the table. We'll use American Sign Language and Power of Protection to play In Harm's Way, which will let me do 4 damage to an enemy. So I'll do 4 damage to the cop. Puts 2 threat on the main scheme. Oh, this would have flipped down. Sorry, at the end of the round. Place 1 speed counter here. Up to 3. If alongside is in play, flip it to out in front. Otherwise, place 1 additional speed counter here. Okay, and I can't attack Bullseye. So we'll go ahead and clear this as well. Tuck this underneath here. I guess I could have cleared 4 threat from... Actually, yeah, that's probably wiser. Let's keep this out. Hold on. And then use it to clear the 4 threat that is here, which flips this. We'll take 1 point of indirect damage, which is at 9. Then he's going to take 2 points of damage, which puts him at 12. I can either attack him for 2, or I can clear 2 threat from the police issue there. Moving down to recover, I think is going to be a good idea. And then drawing 6 cards, I think is going to be our best bet here, and that gets up to 7 when we flip up. So we'll flip down. We will recover for 3 to get us back up to 12. We didn't really need it, but I think it's going to be a smart move. See how this all plays out. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Really? All my doubles coming out when I'm not? I don't need them. Okay. Now we're going to need do a lot of work this next round, I think. So that's exciting news. Okay. Threat is going to go up by 2. Bullseye is going to scheme for 1, for 2, 3, 4. It's up to 6. Get an encounter card. Just Sinister Strike. Place on pursuit counter pursued by the past. And if there are any counters on it, this card gains Surge. May lose here. We draw the wrong one. Okay, cool. Exhaust your identity. Surge. Oh my gosh. Okay. Deadly Sigh. Attached to Bullseye. Bullseye's attacks lose ranged and gain piercing. Okay. Man. Your response. After your hero defends against an attack from Bullseye, spend 2 different resources to discard this card. Ugh. Alright. Bullseye, I am finding I dislike a lot. Okay. Surge Train was wild. I'm glad it ended the way it did. We should be ready here. We'll flip up, and we're going to find a event card in our draw pile here. Any left? All right, there's one. There's a powerful punch too. So, all right. Oh man, I feel like this scenario is not going as well as I'd like it to. Here we are. We have an In Harm's Way in our Helio here. I think that's going to be wise to get that done. Right. Forget about this. Place 1 speed counter here. Speed counter is going to keep going up no matter what. And then, alongside is in play, flip it back down. Okay. Then I flipped up and did all that stuff. Right now, we're looking at playing In Harm's Way. So let's just do 4 attack and 4 threat removal. The villain would be dealt any amount of damage. Remove that amount of threat from the main scheme instead. So no way to get 6 right now, is there? Which would be nice because I have the best offense too. Hmm. I think we use the genius to play the best offense, which gets our defense up to 5. We use photographic reflexes and American Sign Language to play in harm's way. So let's just do 5 damage to Bullseye, which would do 5 here. And we'll go ahead and use the rest of it to clear this guy. It doesn't matter what I do either way here, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and clear the last 2 threat. Flips this. You take 1 indirect damage. He takes 2 points of damage. Kind of hold on to get their attention so that I can clear the threat next turn. But I can do a lot of damage to him right now, I feel like. So we're going to do energy to play Army of 1. And stack it here. Ready us up. We will do 5 points of damage to Bullseye. He'll take 3, which gets him down to 7. And we put 2 on here. Awesome. Then I think we do it again. We'll get their attention. Play Army of 1 to ready up. And we'll do another 5. So get some 7, 6, 5, 4. This goes up to 4. Okay. That's everything. We draw to our hand size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ready up. There's our Ronin. Upgrade. There's another best offense. Cartography. Study the tape. Get some interesting plays this next turn. So, threat's going to go up by 2. That's so annoying because it's only going to get him down to 1 health point. I do Powerful Punch now. I think I need to start Powerful Punch for when this thing flips. Even then, that only goes to 5. That only go to 3. It would just be more annoying than not. If I had Ronin on the table, that would be helpful. But he's got piercing damage right now. Got to defend and spend 2 different resources. Oh. Goodness. Okay, so I'm going to have to spend the photo reflexes anyways. Be able to get rid of that nonsense. Okay. Bollocks. All right. So, threat went up by 2. He's going to attack for 4, 5 plus a boost. I'm obviously going to defend for 5. He swings for 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. I take 2 points of damage. Okay. Then we're going to get an encounter card. And then after I defend against an attack from Bullseye, spend 2 different resources. Discard this card. We're going to spend photographic reflexes and study the tape. And this will discard this card. Now he's back to ranged, which is kind of sad because the Ronin isn't going to be a big benefit there, but that is okay. I'm not dealing with extra damage in the long term. Encounter card is unearning desire. Unearning desire. Yep. When revealed, choose either give this card to the villain as a face down boost card, or remove a persona for support you control from this game. That's insane. Also, I guess this has to become a boost card for him. Because I don't have any persona supports. Oh my gosh, we got a big attack coming from Bullseye. Or a big scheme coming from Bullseye here soon. Okay, we gotta be ready for that. The round's over. There's threat here, so this goes to 5. And this flips back down. Okay. We're in a tight spot here. This gets discarded. We're going to spend one of those to play Ronin, so it's a guaranteed long-term defense there. It just thinks that he has range, so he does not get retaliate damage, but that is okay. I think I still need that defense there. I wish I could play cartography. I cannot. So. Flip down. I don't think that's wise right now. You know we got a big attack coming. So. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I don't know why I'm still running superpower training. I don't really use it. What does it do again? Each player may search their deck and discard power from any specific upgrade and put it into play. That probably should be played more often, Jason, but that is okay. Here we are. Getting initiate reflexes down would be wonderful. We do need to play powerful punch. Standalone would be great when an enemy attacks you before the defender is declared. If you do not control any allies, exhaust standalone and ready your hero. So Probably spend both of those, though, to play Powerful Punch this turn. Threat's going to go up to 4. Bullseye's going to come in for an attack. We'll play Powerful Punch. Spinning these two. Play Powerful Punch. It goes to here to clear this, which flips this down. We take a point of indirect damage. He takes 2 points of damage. We can either tuck this or discard it. We're going to go ahead and discard it. We are going to choose to defend for 5. He's going to swing for 2, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I defended for 5, so I only take 3 points of damage. Because I'm going to need to flip down here soon. Okay. I wish he would have taken retaliate damage. He does not. We get an encounter card, which is Pop. It comes in with Quick Strike. I don't have a standalone or anything, so I'd say I have to take that 2 points of damage. We're down to 3. We have an annoying cop in the way. Okay. Let you do more damage to him in the long term. I think that's what it does. Okay, I was just trying to figure out what it did. All right. Forgot I had American Sign Language. I could have saved one of these items. So I'll use the American Sign Language here and take Superpower Training back. I want to use Superpower Training to get cartography onto the table. I cannot stay up. This would have gone to 6. This would have flipped down. No, there was no threat. There's 5 on this side. Okay. I think we have to flip down. We're going to use the cartography. To shuffle one aspect or basic events from your discard pile into your deck. Just do Powerful Punch back into the deck here. And then we can draw a card because we're an alter ego, which is that Powerful Punch. We'll spend that Powerful Punch to get initiate reflexes onto the table. So now at least we have all of our defense cards here on the table. We're going to pray that we don't get schemed on. So, heavily schemed. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Encounter card. Bullseye might get away. This is a crazy scenario, though. This has been a lot of fun. I like how it plays. Just don't feel like I'm doing very well here. Not getting as much damage. But then again, like, he's about to get shot by the cop, which is exciting. 6. We got a get their attention. We got an improvisation, which I think is going to be super helpful if we can get that going. The best offense is nice. We have a strength and a power of protection, and another best offense. Okay, so we are actually looking pretty good. Okay. All right. Ready everything back up. Threat's going to go up by 2. Bullseye's going to scheme for 1, 2, 3. At 5. Top, when he would scheme, he would attack the villain instead, so he shoots the villain for 2, which moves Bullseye onto his next thing here. Find deranged bloodlust and reveal it. So let's see if we can find it. I don't think it's in here, but I don't always look exactly close at the boost cards. Deranged bloodlust. Okay. Revealed. Place 1 additional threat here equal to Bullseye's stage number. Okay. This feels like a problem. We'll put that at 7. His health points are now at 18. And we're going to hope and pray that our encounter cards here aren't that bad. So. Alright, this is a Surge card. We don't have any allies. We have Drawing Nearer. Okay, I can live with Drawing Nearer. Alright. Next is Utility Van. Attached to the enemy with the fewest remaining hit points. Otherwise, this card gains Surge. Force Interrupt. When attached character would take any amount of damage, place it here instead. If there's 6 or more damage here, discard this card. Alright, so the cop has a utility van attached to him. He has the least amount of damage. Makes no sense, but here we are. Be funny if you had a cop car. Okay. But we have threat on the main scheme. So this goes to 6. This flips down. In front. Out front. Okay. Drawing Nearer is going to pop. So it's going to do discard this card, which is Powerful Punch. Goes up to 2. We'll go ahead and use Cartography here to shuffle Powerful Punch back into our discard pile, or draw pile, and then draw a card. We can't stay down. We're going to have to flip back up. Still kind of lowish on health. It's not the worst health we've ever seen. We draw into Study the Tape. Okay. We are going to recover for 3 to get back up to 6. We'll spend the strength and study the tape. Play improvisation. We're not going to spend study the tape. We're going to spend one of the best offenses to get improvisation into play. Then we're going to discard, study the tape, get rid of drawing near. Okay. We're going to flip up. We're going to go to... This is actually freaking amazing. Okay, we need to find an event card, and I know exactly what event card we're going to get. We're going to get a In Harm's Way. I keep thinking that cop has guard, but he does not. It's that side scheme that gives him guard. Okay. All right. We're going to use the Get Their Attention. Play the best offense. Now we're at 7 defense. We're then going to use American Sign Language and Power of Protection to play In Harm's Way. We're going to deal X damage to an enemy and remove X threat from a scheme. So we're going to try to attack Bullseye. We can't attack Bullseye because of this thing, but it does clear this from here, which flips this down. We take a point of indirect damage. And it does 2 points of damage to him here, which gets him down to 16. We then clear 7 threat from this side scheme here. And we're going to take one of the Army of Ones out of there. I like having the In Harm's Way there. I think that felt really good. That cop is still stupidly annoying. Shoot. That's all right. We're just going to have to contend with things as we move along here. So, because we played an attack and thwart, so attack, we heal 1 damage, we're back up to 6. The thwart is deal 1 damage to an enemy. I could do 1 damage to Bullseye, or I could go ahead and start working on this cop and his situation here. So, we'll hit his utility van. All right, Mr. Popo. Wish I had a way to stun or confuse you. I really don't. That stinks, because I feel like that should be something that Echo doesn't even have in this kit. That would have been nice to have and be helpful. Okay. Move this down here so I can remember and look at it more often. We're going to ready everything else back up, though. Am I playing that right? Like, when she moves to hero form, it says... When you change the hero form, search your deck for an aspect or basic event and add it to your hand. Yep. That's so good. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least we get to do the retaliate damage to the cop. Bullseye may not be able to hit us, which is nice as well. So, the good news is we have a powerful punch in here, which is exciting. We got a photographic reflexes we can also use to play a powerful punch. We got some cool things getting ready to happen here. Threat's going to go up by 2. We are going to get attacked by Bullseye for 3, 4, plus a boost. I'm going to go ahead and Use a photographic reflexes. Play a powerful punch. Which will do 3 points of damage to him, which gets him down to 13. That goes up to 5. I could punch him again, and that does get rid of his adamantium spine. Is that beneficial to me right now? I don't think so. Kind of is, though. But then I lose the ability to play. I don't really lose the ability to play in harm's way. I can still play in harm's way. So, if I do the powerful punch on the cop, when he attacks me, the retaliate damage will clear his van. And then that will make it easier to kill him later on. So, we are going to defend for 7. Bullseye is going to attack for, again, 4, 5, 6, 7. We take no damage. His attacks do gain range, so he does not take the retaliate damage. Dang. The cop is going to attack me for 2. I can't do anything about that. But we will play powerful punch to do 4 points of damage here. We assist to 5. The retaliate damage gets it to 6. Discards this card. So at least the van is out of the way. I have to flip down again, I think. Which is not bad because the cop can still shoot Bullseye. Question then becomes, do I army of 1 or do I... Well, we got to figure everything else out here first because we got to get the encounter card, which is Burning Rubber. For each speed counter on the main scheme, choose spend 1 resource of any type. Place 1 threat on the main scheme. Dang, okay. That's how the speed counters work. Okay, so we are going to spend in harm's way. We are then going to clear. It adds on 5 threats. So it goes up to 7. Oh, man, which means I need to clear some threats or I lose the match here. Okay. I played 2 powerful punches, so I need to stop for a second. There's an attack and defense, so I get to heal 1 damage. Nice. Which goes up to 5. And I did another one, so it'll go up to 6. And then it was a defense, so I can clear 2 threat from a scheme. Okay. I have to remember this improvisation when I'm making attacks and stuff. Okay. This goes up to 7. We're going to move the D8 in place of this guy now. And this flips back down. Okay, that about settles that. Kind Okay. Wheat. But it is my turn. Um, Kind of stinks to take out the cop, but I think I need to. And also clear that threat. I think I am going to flip down. And I can do all that. So if we get another burning rubber, we are in trouble. That was wild. I think there's more of those in the deck, so flipping down doesn't feel smart right now. Still take the cop out. And still deal the damage to Bullseye from flipping that thing. So, we'll use photographic reflexes and American Sign Language. Play in harm's way. Taking out the cop. Take out the cop. It doesn't clear the threat because it's going to go up to 7. It will, actually. This is going to be a wildly different way to do this. Okay, so it takes him out. The threat goes up to 7. Then in harm's way is going to clear 6 of that threat, leaving it with 1. Improvisation is going to pop. The in harm's way is an attack and a thwart. Get to heal 1 damage from Echo. And I get to deal 1 damage to an enemy, which the out front doesn't let me deal that damage to Bullseye. But it does clear the threat here. If there's no threat, this flips. I take a point of damage. He takes 2 points of damage. And we are in a much better spot than we were originally. We'll take cartography and we're going to shuffle in harm's way back into the deck. I'm real nervous to flip down right now with the speed counters that high. I feel like there's another burning rubber out there. I feel like there's 2 in the deck. Here goes nothing, right? Threat's going to go up by 2. Bullseye is going to attack for 4 plus a boost. Yeah, we are going to defend for 6, 4, and we take 2 indirect damage. Great. Okay. So we take no damage, we take 2 indirect damage. Counter card is Dark Designs. Goes up to 3. He schemes for 1. Waste 1 pursuit, counter pursued by the past. Okay. Threat goes up to 3. 4. This guy. And we now have to deal with some more nonsense. Pursued by the past is going to pop off. And we bring out Kingpin and his side scheme. And when the rest of these cards get shuffled into the deck as well, which now we are looking at the encounter deck, we can see if there's another burn rubber in here, if there's just one. Sports car. All right, so there's no more burn rubbers, which is good news. So Kingpin now schemes for a stupid amount. He does things. He can't take any damage while that threat is there. Okay, this flips back down. And this goes to 8. Okay. We're at 4 health points. What are we going to do here? Okay. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to spend Super Power Training and Genius to play In Harm's Way. Which will then deal X damage to an enemy, which will do it to this thing. Clears this, gets him down by 2 to 11, 10, 9. And then we can clear threats, which will clear this. Now we have Kingpin. We get tucked here. We have to take a point of indirect damage when that flips, so we're down to 3 health points. There's another Dark Designs in the encounter deck right now, isn't there? It is. Okay. Photographic reflexes and American Sign Language. Hold on. Before I do that, forgot about improvisation. It was an attack and a thwart. So attack, I get to heal 1, back up to 4. And thwart, I can deal 1 damage to an enemy. One, two, several more in the deck. The other 3 are in the deck. Plus now a powerful punch. I'm real close to beating Bullseye here. The question really comes down to, do I kill Kingpin and flip down and hope that I don't scheme out? The spine makes a big difference here. Okay. So I have 1 damage I can hand out. Go ahead and hand it out to here to get him down to 8. Then we're going to use our photographic reflexes and American Sign Language to replay that M's harm's way. We can deal 6 damage. It's going to take out Kingpin. Even if I try to deal 6 damage here, it just would have dealt 3. Oh, I don't have any threat to clear. Bummer. Okay, though. I still play the card, I believe. Even though I don't have any targets for the thwart part, but I think I can still do the damage. So, I'm going to play it that way. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I'm going to heal 1. And then deal 1 damage to an enemy, which gets it down to 7 here. If I can't do that, let me know. Because that really stinks if I can't. Okay. Go to our hand size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get their attention. Is here. No photographic reflexes, though, so I can't use Powerful Punch. We have an in harm's way in our hand, so we're doing okay. Threat's going to go up by 2. Bullseye is going to attack for 4 plus a boost. I will choose to defend for 6. 4. Because pursue, counter pursued by the past. Awesome. Took no damage. He doesn't gain retaliate. That's the Dark Designs I was worried about, though. We get an encounter card. Which is... And we're safe. Place from pursue, counter pursued by the past. Then, if there are any counters aren't, discard an upgrade or support you control. I guess I'll discard cartography for now. Then there's threat, so this goes to 9. Flips this down. Okay. And it is my turn. We're gonna play search any player's discard pile for one aspect event, one basic event, or one copy of photographic reflexes. We're gonna play Study the Tape. And we're gonna get photographic reflexes back into our hand. We will then use that photographic reflexes to ready up. By using Army of One. We're going to clear 2 threat. Flip this over. Take a point of damage. We're down to 4. He takes a point of indirect, 2 points of damage, which gets him down to 5. And then I'm back to that dilemma of can I play in harm's way or not because I don't have any threat to clear. And I think I can. So I think what I'm going to do instead of Army of One is I'll go ahead and play in harm's way. I think it would have worked that way too, right? It's deal damage to enemy and remove threat. So I would remove the threat here first, which flips this, causing him to go down to 5. Then it deals that X damage to him, which would be 6. And that ends us the game here. No, it doesn't. Oh, no. Gets him down to 2 here. Which then flips this to 6 and flips this over. But because I could play that Army of One, yes. With the photographic reflexes to ready up and do 2 points of damage to him and still win the game. A lot of convoluted complications there, but I managed to make it happen. I think for that last turn as well, where I was kind of questioning, can I play this card or not? I would just have to change how I would have approached it. I would have cleared the 2 threat for here instead of up here, and then would have dealt with doing that differently on the next part of it, which would have been clear the threat, do the damage to Bullseye. So I think overall, I think I'm fine. I'm going to claim this as a win. You guys can let me know in the comment section down below what needs to be done differently. I'm happy with how this game turned out. So we'll take that as a win. We're still learning some things. And if I played that card wrong, well, then you guys let me know in the comments down below in harm's way, and I will learn to do better next time. So for now, we're going to count it as a win to be able to continue this amazing campaign story arc. Again, we are all learning together, and as a part of the beauty of this game is that there's a lot of rules. So we just got to figure out how it all plays out for everybody. So, all right. This deck is a lot of fun. I feel like there's just times that I can't quite get everything out that I need. And now like I'm learning why certain cards more important than others. So, all right. That was fun. We took out Bullseye, though. Let's mark that down on here and see what we get for the victory. So, it is 9:34. So, not too bad. A little over an hour to win this match by myself. And this is the first time playing it, so we completed it in the Getaway. If you guys are enjoying this campaign, don't be free to leave a like button down below. Let's see what other victories we have. Protection Racket, Raft Breakout, Art Museum, the Getaway. Okay. Victory, if Disturbed Psyche is in play, it was not. If Typhoid Mary, ally is in the victory display. Check, Mary defeated. He was. Thank you, Mary, for your support. You kind of got in my way. But I like the card. I think it's a really neat card, just not for this build that I'm running. So, record the title of each unique ally and support that was removed from the game in this campaign log. None, actually. I only ran upgrades. I didn't really run any supports. So, Echo doesn't have a lot of support. She just upgrades herself. Get the completed box in the campaign log for the Getaway. Check. Go to setup on page 9. So, we're back to page 9, and we're back to getting things moving again. I had a great time with this. I hope you guys did as well. I learned a lot about this scenario, and I think it's just really, really cool. Bullseye is really interesting and scary. The Getaway concept, I felt like I really couldn't flip down very often because it just feels like it's so fast. You're not really... Yeah, I think you got to stay in hero form, and that makes more sense for the type of scenario it is, where you're racing to keep up with the villain. You don't really have time to turn around and catch your breath before getting back out into the fight. You are having to stop the villain from the car thing, or it's done. Maybe really feel like the moments in the Spider-Man games where you're chasing down cars and you're having to slow them down. Felt really similar to that. This is really cool, the alongside thing. This taking the damage deal, where we're all taking damage, is interesting. And I feel like in multiplayer, it's going to be a little more complicated. To be like, cool, I'm flipping. People are going, whoa, wait, I only have like so much health left. You can't do that. So we're really going to have to keep some concepts here. Each player takes 1 indirect damage is wild. Now, other players might be playing allies where this deck is not running allies, but even then it's just make things different. I didn't really deal with the damaged spine too much. Most of my damage was underneath. And did I play him wrong? Like he prevents... Let's see. When Bullseye would take any damage, prevent all but 3 of that damage. Take the prevented damage here. Yeah. So I kept most of the damage below 3. So he took the damage a lot. Still really, really cool. A fun scenario. I would play against Bullseye again. I would play the Getaway car again. I'm having a good time with these scenarios so far anyways. So hope you guys are as well. Let me know what you guys think about this scenario down below. And all the things I need to learn when it comes to playing Echo and all these other fun things. For now, I've got some stuff to do tonight, so I've got to go take off. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. As always, my name is Jason Sketch, and next time I'll be deadly serious next time. Peace.